The Armando Rusindo Mission Foundation, or ARMF, supports the Moravian Church in Cuba with an emphasis on the youth. We have a lot of different projects that we're working closely with, alongside with our brothers and sisters in Cuba at this time. I think the biggest thing that really touched me was in a town about 2.5 hours east of Havana. The church there, one of their projects was a hospital. Their patients were severely mentally and physically challenged people there, and it was hot and humid. It was just really awful conditions. And I thought to myself that, there's just not, why does someone have to live in conditions like this, that maybe we could do something, just even if it's something small, to help them. When we first went there, we visited a lot of the villages that we had a Moravian presence in, and it was just really poor conditions. Now that the Moravian Church and the foundation has gotten there and helped them support financially, and then, like I said, they take the ball and run with it after we help them out. It's all about building the relationships and the friendships. They're just a great bunch of people. We have recently purchased 2 buildings. One in Agua Grande and then one in Santiago, Camagüey, which is about 8 to 10 hours east of Havana. These 2 buildings are going to be turned into churches. Currently, the congregations meet in house churches, and the one in Agua, they could be typically on a given Sunday 100 to 125 people worshiping there, and by that they're worshiping in the pastor's garage, and it spills out into the street. People are just looking in windows, whatever they can do to see this. So we've purchased those 2 buildings, so we'll be turning into churches. We support them a lot with their farms. They have some farms there that they raise crops and animals to supply the needy. They sell the produce off the farm to raise money for the churches. There's another facility called the John Amos Comenius Center that is in Havana, that is a center for approximately 70 plus children in a very run-down neighborhood that is a lot of drugs and alcohol problems there, that the children get very little Christian support, and so we've got a center there that we work with the children. Our brothers and sisters down there, even although we support them financially because they don't have the money to support things, their sweat equity is far more important than the funds we give them. We may give them a few $100s to get started, and when we come back, the things are really growing. I think a good example is we bought on the farm 3 or 4 goats farm, and a year later we went back and they had 50 to 60 goats, and 40 of them are pregnant. So, and they do so much with what they have.
Muchas gracias, que Dios los bendiga, y confiamos en que con la ayuda de Dios y de ustedes podremos lograr este sueño para nuestra iglesia.